Adam Stark here, and I wanted to do something. I've been thinking about doing this for a while as well. In case you've missed my last few videos in recent times, I have saying that I'm committed to retiring from rapping as a whole in a good way, and I'm simply saying that because if you missed my last few videos, you might be wondering what does he mean by that. In a good way. I'm happy, I'm content with everything I've done, and I've done everything on my bucket list of things to do involving rap except for like a big concert. That's the only thing I can possibly think of that I haven't done. And so I thought, you know what? This is something that fun I should do is I'd like to do this where, in case you're wondering where I'm scrolling through right now, this is from my autobiography, which is Anatomy of Amazing Lyrics, autobiography by Adam Stark, obviously. And this is a collection up to date. I have updated this several times with every new thing I have done since its initial release. And so this has everything I have ever done publicly on the internet for anyone to see. And you can view it and all of its appendixes and everything. It has everything I've ever done and even thoroughly explained and etc. And so it's also just a good collection anyway. And when you go through your ebook apps and you use your search tools, you can search for specific words or portions of words to try and see, hey, did Adam ever say a rap about this or something? I'd like to know. Well, this tool is excellent. So, but my point being is this. I've always wanted to say, hey, well, actually, what I've wanted to do, I've tried to do this several times in my life, is make my personal favorite top 5 lines I've ever done, top 10 lines I've ever done. I can never do it. I tell you what, I can never do it. I'm always finicky. I'm bouncing back and forth on, well, this one I like better personally, but I don't think it's as, well done and crafted on a technical level of skill as this one, so this one should be there. And it's a nightmare. I can never stick to it. I can never quite get it right. So instead of doing that, which, hey, maybe I'll do it one day, but especially now that I'm retiring, hey, but no, now that I'm done with that and I'm just trying to revisit all these classics I've done over the years, I'm going to go through every song on here, not literally, but I'm going to go song by song, and I'm going to pick my favorite line from each song, because I think that's the closest thing I can do is that by seeing, hey, in each song, what is my standout moment and my standout lyric or rhyme or moment, etc. And, I'm not perfect. I don't always follow my own rules. You guys know that by now, I hope. So, yeah, I'm sure some of these I won't be able to pick just one, but I'm going to try. I'm certainly going to try. And another thing just to note, yes, on here it does say 10/18 of 2010, October 18th, 2010. Yes, if you look on YouTube, that is the date. Technically, this was actually uploaded in 2009, but I was not very smart or savvy with YouTube back then, and I had put a lot of my raps on copyrighted songs and beats and stuff. Like, I'm talking about like industry songs, but I didn't really understand YouTube back then. I didn't understand copyright. And so this song, for example, was actually uploaded over a year before its actual date that you see here of 10/18/2010. So yeah, it's not accurate, but this is what I can prove is October 18th, 2010. Okay, that's what I can prove anyway when you look it up online and everything. And so yeah, here's a fun little thing too. I had a lot of other raps on here. Luckily, this was in my early days where I wasn't as good as I've become, obviously, in more recent years in the second half of my rap career. But, before then, I actually had a lot more raps, but they're gone. They're gone forever because, again, I didn't know YouTube very well, and I would just rap over these beats. I'd find beats that I like that were like main beats that are on radio and everything, like that you've heard yourself. And then obviously my channel would tell me, hey, you're doing copyright, you can't do that. And since I didn't understand YouTube, I deleted the songs. I'm like, well, I don't want to get in trouble, so I deleted the songs, and I wasn't smart enough to keep the lyrics so I could re-record them as an a cappella in vocals, which I've done every time since. And so a lot of these I did lose. I don't know the total amount, but maybe 4 or 5 songs total, sadly. But it is what it is. At least it was back then and not in more recent times. That would be devastating because of how much I have improved. tenfold and beyond. But so, anyways, I'm gonna go through this and just say, hey, here's my favorite moments from each song, and I thought this would be kind of fun now that I'm retiring and I'm looking back at these, and so maybe yours answers will be completely different than mine, and I think that would be interesting, and I like to discuss that. So, okay, all right. So starting with my first ever published rap song ever on YouTube that also didn't disappear forever because of my dumb use of copyright infringement. So, yep, this one was Story of a Bad Person. Oh, sorry about that thing on the screen. This is a Story of a Bad Person. And obviously, as you see here, the date I can prove it came out anyway, that the earliest web crawl date, if you will, is October 18th, 2010. But yes, technically, this was more like July-ish 2009, but whatever. Anyways, so this, looking back at this, hey, I don't really love what I've done with it because I've rhymed very well, but it's like when I'm trying to do metaphors back then, I had this, this mentality of I don't really need metaphors. I can just rhyme really well, and I could put it together really well just by, rhyming fluently and having a nice flow, and that's all I need. And no. And so obviously if I were to do a song like this today, it'd be way infinitely different. But you know what? I like looking at how much I've improved. I don't look at this as a bad thing. If I released this today, I wouldn't be very happy, obviously. But that's different, okay? This is my early comings of saying, hey, I'm going to show the world what I can do, and this is what happened at the time. This is my skill level at that time. This is how it went. And so, yeah, I don't, the thing is, yeah, I like every rap I've ever done, but this one, and some of these, again, really older ones, I don't love because I didn't do things like make crazy entendres, make insane metaphors. I wasn't heavy on figurative language, and that's, if you know me now, that's my specialty, my speciality. That's what I do. That's what I thrive in. And so with this song, it's hard to pick a line because of that reason. I like the rhyming parts of it, and if I had to say a favorite part, I think I'm trying to see here. Let's see. Nowhere. Let's see. Cross paths with. Yeah, I'd probably say the part about the broken heart where, she's dead because of what he said. Is there any more to say? His common sense got lost again. It's torn away. His dreams got sliced in half. He didn't take the righteous path. So I'd say something along those lines. Okay, it's where at least I'm explaining in a poetic sense how broken he was emotionally and she was emotionally, and so that's what I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go to the next song here. Then I'm going in order of release. Okay. All right, next one I called Spit a Dope Rhyme. And yes, I know it says December 5th, 2010. This one actually was also in 2009. It was after Story of a Bad Person, but this one I did the same thing. I put it on an old school 90s beat, and I thought, oh, I can just do that. No one will care. But no, when I put it on that beat, it was Tried by 12. If you know them, shout out to them. Amazing underground rap from back in the day. And I thought my flow was perfect on there, but obviously I was too stupid to realize, oh, hey, you're using someone's beat, so I had to delete it. And then luckily I saved the rap though. So this one, just like I say in my autobiography here, is I just wanted to rap a certain flow, and that's what I did. I rapped to the Tried by 12 beat, and I think I rode the beat perfectly, yes. But now doing it just as an acapella, and since this is so much older than the skills you've come to know today, I think the only line that will stick out to me that I really do like is let me find it really quick. Where did I put that one? Oh, yeah, when I said he's so fake, he probably bleeds blue blood. His best get is looking like a see-through gun. Your rhymes suck. You need new ones. I'd say that's my favorite part of this one. And I did have like a double meaning where I said hormones and stuff. But, like I said, so I was good at flowing. I was good at rhyming unpredictably, but still rhyming well and fluently at this time. But I just, my level of skill wasn't there. I didn't have the figurative language down. I wasn't trying to break into that mold. I was like, hey, this is the kind of rapper I am. I rap fast. I put together a lot of I put together a lot of syllables and combine them and compound them together and to explain my thoughts. And I didn't use a lot of metaphors or figurative language, almost never back then. And speaking of, I just remembered something too. There was a video I did a fast rap of, I'll just wait till I come to that one. I'll explain it when I get there. Okay, yeah. I Wish I Was a Kid Again, which was January 4th, 2011. I do actually think that is still the date because I think the YouTube video let me delete the beat that I used, but it like just kept the my vocals in there, but it sounds choppy because of how weird it is to try and delete a beat in a video that has both the beat and my voice. But anyways, I Wish I Was a Kid Again. Okay, so I'm trying to think. So I did love my chorus in this. That might actually be my favorite part because the point of this song was to have a universally understood idea or belief. In other words, this song could be relatable to anyone. It doesn't mean it is relatable to everyone, but it means it could because it's a universal idea, which means it has the potential of reaching the most people with its meaning and its premise, which is you wish you were a kid again because then certain things weren't a problem. Because when you're a kid, certain things are not a problem as it is when you're an adult. Not in everybody's life story, I understand that. But anyways, which is, I wish I was a kid again. Back then life was different. I felt so innocent. Back then I was winning shit, used to have nightmares, and now I'm just living it. So I liked that. I thought that, honestly, my chorus there was really good. And you guys know my weakness is choruses. I don't do a lot of choruses. I really don't. I'm trying to think if I had any other moment that just... I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with the chorus on this. It's not that I don't like my lyrics. I think this is, as a mass appeal, this is one of my best songs. But I just, my level of talent wasn't there yet. I still think I had great moments. Remember when bullies didn't pack a mean punch? In other words, bullies back then were nothing compared to the quote-unquote bullies you get when you're older because you look at different things, different versions of bullies, and, such as, crippling debt, or you might have a boss at your job that is horrific and horrible and whatever. I don't need to get into what I mean. It's not like... But, and I talked about, losing a friend and, that when I was a kid, he was still alive and now he's gone and, stuff like that. But I guess I'm going to have to go with the chorus on that one just by default because I actually like it. I like my chorus. And I actually did a chorus. Okay. Rap Champion. I think, I could be wrong. I think from now on every rap is on time. I think every date is accurate. Rap Champion, which is March 21st, 2011. I like... Oh, man, I like a lot of these lines, and it's funny because you could tell, this was, almost like a parallel dimension of me today because I'm doing battling type of lyrics. It's just that I didn't have the figurative language on there to make these punchlines crazy, where I'm having triple meanings, quadruple meanings, quintuple meanings and stuff. So, but, yeah, it's hard to say. I like my opening lines, honestly. I said champion the grazed battle leagues, stabbing competition in the nasal cavities, causing fatalities. I'll throw him off the ledges to show the principles of gravities. Punch him till his cheek rips, which will render him speechless. I thought I killed it. I really did. No one's defeated me in years. I'll stab you repeatedly with spears till you're so broke you're seeking a career. I thought that was fucking crazy too. I don't know. I think that's got to be it, honestly. I think that is the best one. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I got to go with that one, that you're so broke, you're seeking a career. Because I look at it as, hey, there's so many ways you could go with that. I'll stab you till you're so broke. Like I could have said you can't walk. I could have said, you can't even fit in a cast for your broken arm. Like I could have said a lot of shit, but I didn't. Okay. So now this one's going to be tricky because... oh, man. Okay, so World's Fastest Rap Possible. This is when I finally started doing fast rapping, but with proof, where we're on camera, and I have a stopwatch on camera, so people know that it can be authenticated and proven to be legitimate, and I would do my fast raps, some of my own, and some of other famous fast raps out there to prove I can do what they do as well, and on the same caliber of skill. But with these really fast raps, I do not add crazy punchlines on purpose because I don't want them to be that way, because then why would I do that? You're gonna miss it anyway. You're listening, and you have to listen harder than normal because I'm going so fast. So that's not the point. The point is just to compound as many sentences as I can and to make it so I can actually make it flow and just put it together. And there's no reason to make complex lyrics for these anyway. So, but if I think, I'm trying to think. Let's see, what's going to be my best one? Yeah, I think just because of the way it sounds when I actually rap this really fast, I think I love this part's got to be my favorite, where I said, I'm leaving competitors stumped, sever their lungs, dead in the trunk. It's never enough. I'm getting them stuck. I ain't respecting you punks. Speaking to feed in the browser with the power of a nuclear tactile missile. Whack grabbers and backpackers need to have a dismissal. And I think it's got to be that part, just because, like, the fact that I put so much imagery that I was able to say that quickly, like, it was astonishing. Like, when I finally was able to show people, like, hey, I am fast. You got to put me in the fast category. And I think that part, I think that part 100% is the part, actually. I don't even think I need to double check. That part was crazy. Okay, and then I did it again very recently after that. Let me get the date, though. Okay, that was it really that long after? Okay. February 12th, 2012. World's Fastest Rap Possible 2. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, that part wasn't fast until I get to this part. Okay. Everybody's come after me rapidly, nationally. Stab me for the rap I speak. Okay. Oh, now this part... Actually, this part is my favorite. In that last paragraph, I remember and you can listen to it yourself again if you don't believe me, but I rap this part so fast, and for some reason, it's like my flow was on 100 here. Like, I couldn't believe I was able to do this without, you didn't hear the inhaling, exhaling between words. For some reason, I was just on fire that day, and I just remember how good it sounded when I was like, then after the crime, I'm smacking this guy in the back of his spine. Fuck his average rhymes. I know you a big fan, big man, but get to the back of the line. I'm fanning many benefits from playing Psychogenesis. My punches that will never miss some treacherous elements. A fella gets for being a seldom bitch. I'll tell him quick to sell the brick, and maybe then we could tell if it's a fellowship. Now, obviously not in the sloppy way I just did now, but in the actual one that I got recorded, it sounds pristine. Like I managed to do it, and even at the time I was amazed. I was like, oh, thank God I pressed record. Like, I would have been pissed, so pissed, if somehow I failed to record that. Oh my God, I would have been pissed. Because, like I said, I didn't even like take a breath. Like, it was like I was giving the gift of just like good working lungs, like better than human lungs, and I could just do it without going like you don't hear the inhale exhale when you're trying to fast rap and you're trying to do it quickly, you know. So anyway, that's got to be the highlight of that one. Okay, what's the next one here? Oh yeah, okay. My bank heist, which was February 22nd, 2012. This was my first time doing a whole. Sorry, I had to move stuff. Doing a whole fictional story, but an action-oriented story, not as previously story of a bad person was like a sad story thing. But this was, of course, this is action-related. And to be honest, I completely did way better, infinitely, not even close, way better in After the Apocalypse, which comes next year, 2013. That one, I absolutely nailed it and hit the mark, and it was never the same again in a good way. This was still in my earlier days. I know it's only a year, but you got to understand, this was in my earlier days where I was like, I don't need figurative language. Every other rapper does that, not understanding at the time. When I took the time, I buckled down and said, I'm going to figure this out because, hey, instead of looking at it like they all do it, figurative language, I'm going to say, oh, I can do that too, but I'm going to do it better than them. And now in the future of over a decade later, you know that I have been because I've proved it scientifically. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look through all my videos, everything online for free, searchable and studyable. You can do that yourself if you don't want to take my word for it. Anyways, so with this one, I'm trying to think. Okay, what was the best part of this one? Probably something to do with the car blowing up. I thought that was cool. Front gate entrance. Fire shots landed. Shouted quick. Oh yeah. All of a sudden, I looked up, shouted quick. SWAT guy crashed through the ceiling, dual wielding as I kicked away his gun out his grip. Unarmed, he pulled a tactical knife out. I put a twist on his wrist, then maneuvered to grabbing the knife now and used the sharp end of it to start stabbing his right crown. I thought that part was actually my favorite part. Either that or the part where I said I shot at the gas tank of the police van. The van started smoking. We ran out the barricaded door. It was hard to open. The van explodes with the next hit. My man said to follow as he exposed the exit. The SWAT members saw us running and they chased us through the alley. I was running top speed, but my wound was bruising badly. Yeah, I think yeah, it's hard to pick, but I'd say the SWAT guy crashing through the ceiling, and I was able to show some vivid imagery, but with good rhyming, and in a way that wasn't just like, oh, I shot him, oh, I kicked him, or I stabbed him. It was vivid imagery. I said I kicked the gun out his grip, and then I said he took his tactical knife out, and I maneuvered it and twisted it to stab his right crown. Like, I thought that was crazy. I thought that was good, but I completely outdone myself in After the Apocalypse. It's no comparison. It isn't. But at least this, I don't look at these as bad things. I look at this as, hey, this is where I was, to, in the future, of course, this is where I am now. So it's all good. But that's what I have to say is my favorite about that one. All right, let's go here. Okay, you still on that hook? This was March 17th, 2012. This was so much fun time in life for hip-hop because, oh, man, this is so cool. I'm trying to think. This one's got some great stuff. I'd say probably, where's the one with the money is everything, don't fuck with my green, you better run faster than a cat climbing up in a tree before I grab the nearest sharp object and puncture your spleen. Ain't no other rapper been as hungry as me. My rhymes will kill foes because nobody wanted this beef. I control the whole field like a farmer crew. It ain't easy to beat me. It's hard to do. If your whole block wanted beef, I'll turn your street into a barbecue. Yeah, I think that part absolutely was my favorite. Yep, that's the end of the song. Okay, yes, yep. That's got to be for sure. I feel like I rhymed it really well. I made sense, and it's like you didn't know where I was going with it, but you knew everything I said was like a meaningful statement in the sense of this is what I'm gonna do to fuck you up, and all your friends up. Like you're gonna lose kind of thing. So I like that. That's my favorite part. That's the highlight of that one for me. no question about it. Okay, Dr. Stark Mentality. This was a short rap, and this one, again, there's so many things I could have done better when I look at these older raps, because look at me now, look at the things I've done now. I can take any situation and create brilliance out of it, as I've proven. But back in this time, it wasn't like that. It was my own weakness being, I felt like no matter what I wrote, it was gold. It was good. It was great. I don't need to question it. I don't need to double check it. It's good. Cut, print, record it. You're good. And that was the problem, is I was like, oh, this is fine. Whereas nowadays, with all the re-editing I do and stuff, this wouldn't fly. But anyways, when it comes to this one, there's two parts for sure. There's I'm tired of being broke. I should start selling big keys like space bars. No, I like that because, and I know I didn't say the whole rhyme, but you know how often that's been a punchline about selling keys, and I got keys, which is short for kilos, which means you're selling drugs. And no, I don't actually believe in selling drugs, just like I don't actually believe in violence or anything like that. But I mean, unless you're doing self-defense, of course. But that's rap. That's what being a rapper is. That's what being an artist is. And it's also about saying, hey, everybody's rapping about saying they can sell kilos of drugs and whatever. So I'm going to do it too, and I'm going to do it better than them. And of all the, I got keys, like Big L, very talented artist, and I'm not dissing him when I say this, but he had a line. He's like, I'm fucking with more keys than a janitor. And that was back in 96, I think, 95, I don't know. Okay, he's amazing. And he's one of my biggest influences, right? So there was that, and there's 8 million other lines after that where I got keys like I got the keys like Okay, so I did my own version. I said I'm selling big keys like space bars. I've never heard that. Somehow, of all the rhymes I've ever heard from songs, rap battles, and ciphers, I've never heard someone say anything to do with a big key and like a space bar, because a space bar is the biggest key on the keyboard, if you didn't know that for some reason. And so I'm like, yeah, hey, props to me for being the first to say that, because I'm sure by now somebody's probably said something about that. But anyways, no, but my favorite in this one by far is by day I'm a doctor with a nice rap finish. I'll put a hole in your head and put an ice pack in it. I love that line. I don't know why, I still laugh to this day. I think it's a funny line. It doesn't mean it's an incredible, amazing line that's brilliant and it's deep and methodical. No, not every line has to be anyway. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is a top 10 Adam Stark line or even a top 50 Adam Stark line, but it's funny and I like it. That's all I'm saying. Just, I'm a doctor by day with a nice rap finish. I'll put a hole in your head and put an ice pack in it. It's hilarious. That's all it is. Don't overthink it and think, oh my God, Adam thinks that. No, just chill. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a drink. Okay. Calm Down, which was April 15th, 2012. By far, no debate at all. My favorite line is actually my very first line. I mean, probably with the follow-up as well, but the first rhyme for sure. I absolutely love this line. I could use this line any day. This was like a glimpse into the future of where my lines hit hard. I have a platinum player's card. You don't think I gamble much? When you wave your fist at me, I can tell that hand's a bluff. That line's amazing. I can keep going if I want to, but I'm saying with that line, I love that line. That line's great because, I'm calling your bluff. Oh, you're so tough because you're throwing your fist around like you're some tough guy, but I'm going to kick your ass, right? I'm calling your bluff. But also, if I have a freaking platinum player's card, good Lord, you know how long it takes to get a platinum player's card at a casino? A long time. So that means I gamble much, literally, as I said in the setup, so I could tell that hand's a bluff. Yeah, that by far. Like there is no, I don't know. I don't see anything else that is gonna touch that one. I'm just looking. Yeah, no. Yeah, that is absolutely the takeaway line from this by far. There's no debate. Okay, gonna continue here. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah, okay. Silence, which came out April 23rd, 2012. Okay, this song, believe it or not, came out in December 2009. Yeah, but I did a copyright thing again for goodness sake. I put it on this Mount Eden dubstep beat. It was beautiful. It was just fucking beautiful. But again, I'm an idiot on YouTube, not understanding it, and it was copyright, so I had to delete it. But I did keep the rap, so I re-recorded it. So technically, this came out in either November or December 2009. But if you need to find, officially, what can I prove? It's going to be April 23rd, 2012. Yeah, but this is very simple. It's just I wanted to speak to people about mental illnesses and depression without saying mental illnesses and depression. It's that simple. Like without just outright saying it like anyone else could. I just wanted to talk about it. Talk about, garnering strength and talk about how, we're struggling. We're going through hard times and stuff. And you know what? Use my words as strength. And so my favorite part in this one, I'm going to double check, but I think it's going to be the very end. I think that's pretty sure that's going to be yeah, it's easily this part. Okay. For every hateful speaking, ungrateful thinking person, I've learned that if you look close enough as they open up, you can see the jealousy underneath it. If you're looking for the reason for the treason you believe in, just know that you won't find it in the chatter, because sometimes silence is the answer. I thought that was crazy. I love that line. I think that line absolutely is the standout for this song, for me personally. And please, everybody, you know what? If you have, and silence is the plan that they need, as in the people that are haters and stuff. Anyways, please comment on if you disagree. You're like, oh no, that's not my favorite line from that song. Please tell me. I want to know. I absolutely want to know. I think these debates are fun. Okay, Untouchable Insane Rap Flow, which is May 1st, 2012. This was my tongue twister. This one is insanely fucking hard to rap fast. It is so hard to rap fast. I put so many tongue twisting lyrics in this to rap fast. It's so bad. It's so hard to do. So I was able to successfully record it then, and then when I did it a few years ago, so that means it was a long time after, like probably 7-8 years after or something, I did it again with a stopwatch so I could show people that, yeah, I can do it. It's just not hard. Jeez, good Lord. Not easy to do. Very hard to do. Okay, anyways, sorry. I'm trying to think if I have a favorite part of this. Yeah, definitely got to be this part. And again, keep in mind when I did this twice on my channel, very fast speed, okay? I said I made a rap career without needing or receiving a witness, resistance, assistance, or a lieutenant's admittance to get this interest. See, I already screwed up. To get this interest as my penance. I don't just spit it because I'm vicious. I have a sickness. Rhymes pop into my head out of nowhere with a flow rare from corrupted thoughts. If I'm someone you come across, it'll be a troubled loss. I'm dedicating this to the underdogs. Soon I'll be front page on one stage that I'm ready to be rumbled on. Yeah, I thought that by far. Because that's the most tricky thing to say. So many times during the recording did I screw up when I said needing or receiving a witness, resistance, assistance, or a lieutenant's admittance See, I just did it again. Admittance to get this interest. I did it again. Interest as my penance. I don't just spit it because I'm vicious. I blah blah blah. That is. I always screwed up at that part. Like it never failed. Like I always, that part was it. So that's my favorite part of this by far. All right, let's continue here. Let's see, that's next. All right, how to win at the casino. This May 30th, 2012. I wanted to make a funny rap about, how to win at the casino, and just basically, hey, this is how you win, this is what you play, this is what you do, this is, but I wanted to make it rhyme really well so that people that like the casino and like card games and stuff, they could listen to it and see that. And let's see, when did I get here? Roulette, that's a fool's bet. Turn 2 vouchers into 2 checks. The jackpot on my last slot is louder than group sex. I thought that was funny as fuck. I love that. From blackjack to baccarat, it's balance act like hacky sack. Come on, that's crazy. It's a balance act like hacky sack. Hacky sack is a balancing game, so it's a balance act. Hence, and it's also blackjack, baccarat. Those are games where you're stacking your chips and you're trying to balance and outweigh the options and play your risks and what's going to be the most beneficial when you do a cost benefit analysis. Come on, that's it for me. Trying to think. Oh, that was kind of crazy too. If you know the reference, I said next is Pai Gow. It takes no hesitation, but rather a separation like eyebrows, and pull out your chips and hit them up. Take your 7 cards and split them up. If you play smart, then the game isn't a true dare. Play to make money like you care. In each hand pocket, split up the 2 pairs, so you're less likely to result in a tie. I chose to gamble myself. It's my fault that I tried. And brought up my stack of chips, which you couldn't do with a lack of wind. Okay, I need to stop. But my point is, if you actually know Pai Gow, I explained that perfectly, and I rhymed it. Pai Gow is a card game you play at the casino. Well, you can play at other places, I'm sure, but for money's sake, at the casino. And yes, you get 7 cards, so does the dealer, and you have to split it into a 5-card hand and a 2-card hand, and based on the values of, doing by basically Texas Hold'em rules, in each hand, if you win with both hands, you win the money against the dealer. If you win one hand and lose your other hand, it's a tie, so it's a push, you get to keep your chips. And then if you lose both, you lose your chips. So if you think about it, I explained that game perfectly, and I made it rhyme. So that part too, tough to pick. I don't know. That's tough. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Pai Gow. I think because not only did I explain that game, how to play it, but while rhyming it really well like that, yeah, that's 100%. Okay, yes, this is what I was going to say. Okay, Haters Pride, July 13th, 2012. So I had a video of me rapping this really fast, and it was getting a lot of traction, comments, views, and love and everything. But where I screwed up at was I didn't put it on my YouTube. I put it on my social media. My social media got hacked. I had to delete it, and I didn't think before I did that, like a dummy, and I didn't save certain things. So I lost literally everything that was on there that I didn't think to save. And this was one of those things, is I did the Haters Pride rap really fast, and I was getting a lot of love. People were like, holy shit, I can't believe you can rap that fast. And, because certain things reach people differently. Some people will only look on YouTube. Some people will only look on social media. Some people will only look on their friends' social media or whatever. So that's how it went. But obviously I lost that and didn't get it back. And yeah, obviously I could do it again if I wanted to. But my point being is this was just meant to be a fast rap that I came up with really quick and put it on there. So my favorite part of this rap, easily, I don't even have to think about it, is yes, this part right here. I said hip-hop has moved on, and now people should have accepted the change. Stark is a contender with the best in the game. My rhyme stuck in your head like it infected your brain, so I will rhyme the word Stark 1,000,000 times so you remember the name. I thought that was great. I love that part. That part was a really great way to diss people, and since I'm saying it fast, it's already impressive. But to diss haters specifically, because again, For those who don't know me, if you haven't heard my past videos, and it comes up my raps itself too, I'm never dissing my own audience, ever. Ever, ever. I don't like when people think that. It's never what I'm doing. But anyways, when I'm dissing people in that line, and I'm also saying, hey, I am one of the greats. You're gonna remember me for it. Okay, gonna continue here. Oh yes, this is when I finally did a horrorcore type of song, Killing the Competition, July 13th, 2012. So yep, horrorcore, which is like rap in a horror sense, where you might be killing a lot of people. It can be scary, but doesn't necessarily have to be scary. It can just mean that you're kind of like a serial killer thing, and that's what I was doing here. And absolutely, there's so many things here. 9-inch knife in his eye socket, plucked it out, made his eyes rotten. What else do I got here? Okay, what was my favorite part? Oh, the Phillips screwdriver to kill this rude liar who was spilling news prior. Oh, come on. That shit was crazy, too. But no, my favorite part... Wait, yes. Okay. You could tell I've watched a lot of Forensic Files, my favorite show, when they name some of these pharmaceutical drugs that they use to kill people, like, not on purpose sometimes, but sometimes, like, you know, you'll have like a scary story of like someone who's in the medical field steal these things to try and kill people to get away with it because the pathologist won't be able to find out how they did it or whatever. And I remember specifically in episodes there was succinylcholine and propofol. And so I put that into this rap. I said, I stole the doctor's badge and clothes to go undercover in the patient's room to await his doom. He only needed a portion of succinylcholine, but I thrived to shove in the whole thing. He knew it was me and tried to push the security button, but it was off because I cut the cord so that they couldn't come in and support. His nerves started failing, but I wanted to give him pain in full. That's how I wanted his last day to go. I replaced his healthy IV with an open straw of propofol. He threw up and it soaked the wall, had a stroke, and all I had to do with this one is escape through the sewer system. Stop. That part by far. By putting succinylcholine and propofol in it and rhyming with their specific names as well while I'm doing this, giving you vivid imagery, and it's in the horrorcore genre and everything. Yeah, by far that's the best part of this one. To me, that's my favorite part. Okay, this one was the Mayans' prediction, which came out on December 20th, 2012, because the Mayan calendar was supposed to be ending of the whole world on the 21st of December, so I did it the day before. Yes, I did this because I was hoping it would get a lot of views, but I do really like the rhyming I did on this one. The rhyming I did in this was absolutely crazy. Like, I rhymed it just absolutely perfectly. There's no moment where it's not, like, rhyming. There's no filler. Everything rhymes somewhere in this. It's hard to say, but I'd probably say... they wanted the destruction of mankind, hence commencing something that sunk into 100% of the center of each man's mind, quit vicariously scaring folks with very scary, generically generated, barely various anecdotes. Don't let anyone with a ruthless behavior ruin you for having a jubilant nature. Yeah, I think that's gotta be it for sure. It hits the point. I mean, obviously this is short. It's like, how do you pick? But probably that part. I mean, I'm saying, well, because they are barely various. It really is. It's always the same story. Oh, doomed. We're gonna end. It's over. Nostradamus. Yep, right. It's over. We're done. It's over. Life is gonna end. Oh, in the 50s, an atom bomb. You're gonna see a flash. You're all gonna die. It's like, we've had this, the whole world is going to die thing, Comet Ison, right? We're all going to die. And it's like, it's the same story every time. I'm sick of it. And this, I want to make an example of it with this Mayans calendar thing. As you saw, people were killing themselves over this. At least that's what they reported. I mean, maybe that was false, but that's what they said. They said people were killing themselves because they didn't want to see the end of the world. It's like, that's really disgusting. So I wanted to speak out about it, and I did, and I also made it rhyme incredibly well. But anyways, Okay, yep, this one's easy pick for me. January 14th, 2013. Or excuse me, yeah, January, yeah. Harsh life lessons. This one, easy, I don't even have to think about it. I like this part too, but this isn't my favorite. Is your life about checks and balances or balance and checks? Do you live for the moment or think about what happens next? How many people are depressed and barely know the reason? How many people push barriers from Jesus? How many people are buried underneath us? These questions are scary to one who needs love. All right, this by far is it. And I use this in a video later, which is my clone rap battle video where I cloned myself and then I rap battle myself or whatever. And it, like, I had to diss myself, my own self, because I figured, hey, it's creative writing and it also gives the haters something to laugh at, but it's also just a creative writing, a fun outlet. And I put this into it. I said, but I changed the wording a little bit in that video to make it more match of the context. But anyways, I do like this part a lot. People need to unleash their brain's untapped potential. Be done packing pistols before one last essential gun blast could end you. Because you run past this info, you dumbass resentful punk. Learn that some bad peripherals could end you sunk back in drug traffic central where no father could bring his son back from his doom. That's real shit right there. That's real shit. That should hit you in your heart. Unless you're lucky enough you don't know anybody on drugs, or you don't know anybody selling drugs, or you don't know anybody involved in that lifestyle. But a lot of us do, unfortunately. And that's what I'm saying. There's no good happy ending when you're doing that lifestyle. It's never a happy ending. You're going to end up in jail or dead or guilty for giving drugs to people and making them all fucked up. I mean, there's no good ending with it at all, you know. And guns, no, I support guns. I support people owning guns legally, but you got to think about it. If you're one of those people just waving guns around to everybody, well, eventually someone's going to have one too, and then you're going to get yourself hurt, you know, if you don't know what you're doing. But that's the point I'm trying to get across. That's my favorite line there for sure. No debate. It's a strong one. Okay. Oh, yes. A funny, flawless rap flow. January 31st, 2013. I just thought this was funny. That's it. This was just supposed to be a fast rap, not a super fast rap, but a fast rap where I'm just trying to be funny. I'm just trying to say just funny shit. And so for me, what's the funniest part? I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably got to be this part just because it's so insane. Like, I was writing in a way where I'm like, yeah, people are going to think I'm absolutely insane. And it's like, there's no rhyme or reason. There is rhyming, but the saying, there's no rhyme or reason. I'd probably say, I said, my brain takes 8 motors. I mean, really. But I said, death is overused. People asking why have you brought up an awful topic? It's an odd, distraught persona. I got caught when I copped the product. People need to drop the drama, stop it, or I'll stock up on pot from your mama's pocket and then put the potent pot on a chopped up omelet. I mean, come on. That is absolutely nuts. It's just funny. That's all it is. It's supposed to be funny. This isn't supposed to be some extravagant, you know, display of metaphors or figurative language or anything. It's just comedy that's rhymed well. That's all. Okay, now this one is an easy choice for me. Funny Ass Rap Volume 2, which is same thing, just trying to be funny. February 5th, 2013. It's hard not to pick this one because it's too... I said... It's a concerning journey me and hip-hop merged worlds with. I defer to disperse the words firm and donated my sperm to your current girlfriend. Like, that's so fucking crazy. The girl you thought was hot and sexy, now on to the topic that draws up envy. Her slot wasn't often empty. Now she was blowing my cock for the promise of a Mazda Bentley, but I only gave her a toy car. Bitch, where do you think these odd impossible obstacles get me? She must have thought it was awful tempting. Come on. That oh my god. It's not only is it funny and insane, but it's like, yep, I can just, go out of there and just take your bitch, And I say bitch only to people that applies to the word bitch. Not everyone's a bitch, but to the ones it applies to. It's just crazy. Like it honestly, it's just funny as shit. I don't know if there's, but then again, the rhyming in this too was absolutely crazy. I think the best rhyming in this for sure, and this got to be up. If I'm just judging every rap I've ever done just by literally rhyming, this has got to be possibly top 5 moments, top 10. I don't know. Where I said, where did I say that? Yeah, where I talk about the people killing this guy, and I go, the punk must be surely dead then. No shit, was that your first impression? Was it the perverse action of this nerdy perverted person's worthless brain in 1/33 of a fraction that made you infer your question? Oh my god, look at this. I said, tunnel vision up in an industrial tundra prison where I dare declare some of the dumbest live. Come on. I was fucking hilarious. But yeah, between the rhyming at the end here or the donated your sperm to your current girlfriend, I mean, it's hard to pick. I don't know. I'm going to cheat and just say it's one of those two. All right, this one, I love this one too. This is an underrated one for me. So March 1st, 2013, Mindset of a Dirty Rapper. I wanted to do this thing where I use a lot of words that have the same sounds and usually like the same collection of letters. But so what's a good example here? Like perfect to perfect this friendship. The Methodist method. Contestant to contest with, concept of conception. You know what? This is interesting. This actually, my mind did change. I used to say this was my favorite part, by far. I used to say it was this part, which is, you better change routes to your safe house before I take out my TNT. I'm so sneaky when I'm creeping up in it secretly that even the top 10% of the most attentive tenants tend to get dented when meeting me. So I used to say that was my favorite part. Like I did. I remember at the time that was my favorite part. But now I've changed. I actually think this is my favorite part, actually, which is I don't want to say the whole thing, but you look okay. I do this, I do that. Okay, my rhymes will make you overdose unless this lesson lessens the meth binge. Y'all should know by now I'm the strongest contestant to contest with. Homie, you're fucked. Like the concept of conception. I thought that part absolutely I've changed my mind on it. That's my favorite part. Because not only am I, in that whole last paragraph there, do I use the same like few letters with words, contest, contestant, blah, 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 Methodist and method, but then I end up with a great line. Homie, you're fucked. Like the concept of conception. I thought that was great. I thought that was just awesome. So that's my favorite, which I have changed my mind on. So let's see. Okay, yep, this one's a no-brainer for me. Okay, legendary last words, May 28th, 2013. So this one was significant because this was the first ever perfect rhyme. In other words, where not only is it rhyme really well, a lot of people can say, hey, I have a rhyme that rhymes really well, but it does that as well as every single syllable matches a rhyme coinciding with every single syllable in order with the very next line that it rhymes with. So yes, this is a no-brainer because I didn't do that the whole song because I break off and then I go into a regular Adam Stark rap verse. But I got to go with this because it was the first of its kind. Okay, These are my very last quotes. See arms primarily grab throats. Street smart I carry raps thrown. Feel scarred signs wearing sad tones. Preach hard time buries bad folks. Offer me pounds, resume top till done. Oughta seek crowds, new spots for income. Properly found through God's kingdom. Prophecy bout to stomp this punk. Knock your teeth out to drop wisdom. And I can keep going, but I'll stop. But you get my point. Absolutely, there's no debate. I mean, I made the first 100% rhyme. People that your favorite rapper, okay, unless it's me, of course, they might have amazing rhymes. They might have incredible rhymes, and I'm sure they do. I'm not doubting, but I'm saying they don't have 100% though. You can't say that in a whole sentence. I'm not talking about like I did at the end here, where you're going like this. Destruction is function, conjunction, in grudges, win punches. I'll stop. I'm not talking about that, because that's 3 syllables, 4 syllables, whatever. I'm talking about a whole sentence. A whole sentence. 100% rhyming with the next one. No, your favorite rapper didn't do that unless I'm your favorite rapper. I did this first, and I proved it. I changed the world that day. Okay? Strain slowly, convert split poised centralism. Praying only unheard sins coin existentialism. Come on. I fucking killed it on this. I changed the world this day. Okay, at least in English. I don't know about other languages, but in English, I changed the world that day. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1 free verse, aka short punches, which was June 4th, 2013. This one did come out before this. I did another stupid thing of copyright, and I hope this was the last one I ever do. So I had to delete it, but I kept the rap, so I re-recorded it, re-uploaded it. And so I don't know the date. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I do have a video. Oh, actually, it's on my SoundCloud. On my SoundCloud, I have this rap in its original upload date. So if you really want to know, you can look up on my SoundCloud, and it will tell you the date of that this one came out. Okay? So, but anyways, this was a short rap. I really love the song 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a great song. I love that beat. I love that song. And that one, if you didn't know, has DMX, LL Cool J, Cannabis, Method Man, Redman. It's a great song. And so I like it. I love that beat. And I wanted to just do a rap on that beat where I flow to that beat perfectly and everything. But, okay. If I think here... yeah, for me, it's easily this last part. Absolutely. Even though it's not my best of the rhyming portion of this, I did like what I did here. I said, I have metaphors. I have metaphors that are American Ninja Warrior obstacle deep. By the way, I broke my rule of using proper nouns, which is a specific person, place, or thing. I don't like doing that because then somebody might not know what you're talking about in the future. So if I reference a specific movie or a specific TV show, someone might not know what you're talking about unless it's really popular. But even if it is really popular, in 20 years from now, it might not be popular and someone might not know the reference. So I try not to use them, but I ended up breaking my rule and did it here. I don't know. I liked that show at the time. And the American Ninja Warrior obstacles were deep. They were huge. So I was like, well, I'm that deep. That was a comparison. But anyways, I said that. Once you see what this boy'll do, his haters become a product of heat. I like that. Boyle. His haters will become a product of heat. That's what happened. And I said, for anyone who doubts my enemies will drown after using my pen, paper, and voice, just think about it. When you put I against most, it spells moist. I love that line. It's fucking perfect. You put I against most, and if you do that literally, it spells the word moist, M-O-I-S-T. And I'm saying the other way around, of course, if you put I, as in Adam Stark, against most others, guess what? You're going to drown, just like I said in the setup. So, no, I love that line. That one definitely takes it for this rap, for sure. My favorite on this rap. Okay. All right. My cipher verse for Jay Pacifica, which was July 9th, 2013. So he told us all to write a verse for a cipher. The cipher never came out, unfortunately, but I didn't want to waste what lyrics I wrote, so I still put it out there just as an acapella. So there's a lot of stuff in this one. You're afraid of the dark, so when I knock your lights out, my fist interferes with your inner fears. I love that line. I can't be broke, but I in debt. It spells debit. Great stuff. But also, I jump for the opportunity to pull vaults. I like that. I could be a starving artist in the Hunger Games and taste victory. Obviously, I like that one. The last thing you see is a boat pond. I like that one too. But, I think I got to go with, 100% this part. There's no debate. I said, when they show the public the suspects for the 328 victims, just pretend this face is innocent like Abe Lincoln. I love that line. That line's fucking crazy. That line is absolutely just incredible. I love that line forever. And, he's on the penny. He's on the cent. The 1 cent. Abe Lincoln's on there. So you pretend that this face is innocent and this face is innocent as in not guilty. Come on. That line absolutely sticks out to me. Okay. Continue here. Okay. Yes, after the apocalypse, July 24, 2013. I'm going to take a drink really quick. 1 second. Sorry. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you. So yes, this was my action rap story done right. It was a whole story, great action, the best action that I've ever put into a rap, because like I really was so well about, not only did I do a whole story, an action-packed story, great fighting, great scenes, great scenery, fast rapping, and I was so good about using specific different types of words, these action sequences that I did, where you can view the whole choreography in your head, like every motion in the fight, you can visualize it, because I took the time to do that, and I never reused those verbs. I never said, I never kept saying, I punched him, and then a few lines later, he punched me, and I punched it, I shoved him. No. I was so careful about that, and this took a long time to write, because I wanted to do this. Like, I wanted to show people, like, hey, I can do that. There's so many words. There's over 14,000 words in the English dictionary, right? So there's no, or in the English language, there's no reason to reuse, I shove, and then in a few minutes later, hoping someone doesn't notice, and then I shoved. Like, no, like, sorry, but fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take the time to perfect this shit and to reuse different shit. Anyways, I'm sorry. We'll get on with the point of this. What is my favorite? It's obviously going to be one of the action sequences. So let me get here. All right. Yeah, got to be this part, which in the actual rap, I rap it crazy fast, and like faster than everything else in this whole song. But I said, the army of non-believers rushed me from the backside and thrusted his dagger, but I caught it between my hands, twisted this timid instrument out and into a different target seen in my path. Everyone rushes to kill me. I'm outnumbered by the most dangerous odds. Spotted an arrow rippling through the air slow, so I tumbled away there unstopped. Hurdled a small boulder over the horse's chauffeur, broke his shoulder, and now I'm closer to the one spot. And I keep going on and on and on. But this part I love too, absolutely. This, like I said, I not only do these rhyme well, but it's not like I'm rhyming just for the sake of rhyming. They all happen to have a purpose too. That's what happens when you're methodical and you take time. Okay? I said, I threw a fake jab and knew he'd take that from my cruelly laid trap. So I pounded him dourly upward. I shoved many enemies and made great plays to try and gain space, but around me clustered, knives thrown at me, so I twisted my body to avoid impalement of my armor's chest plate. Next guy charged a spear at me, last second dodge. I acquired it to put him in checkmate by kicking him down while holding the wooden end, and then stayed strong while he let go, but it wouldn't end without my next play. Both of our steel blades made sparks fly. I couldn't cut his glove's grip from the Velcro, so a rapid knee followed up with a knockout coming from my elbow. Next was a brute with a heavy axe swinging. Excuse me, with a heavy axe using all the strength to make it drop, somersaulted forward and held the axe from the bottom during mid-flop. The center of gravity allowed me to gradually subdue the knight's swift chop. Come on, like, I can keep going, but I won't because, like, I'm just saying, I earned this. Like, I fucking did this so well. I'm so proud of this. Absolutely proud of this. And so my favorite part absolutely is the action, yes. But if I'm going to be super specific, it's either that whole part there where I'm explaining exactly how I prevented getting, cut and then getting chopped from the axe, or the part where I basically said, like, I laid a trap, as in, like, I made him think I was going to go this way, so then he swung that way, but then I changed my mind on purpose so I could stop him by, using his body's energy against him and whatever. Like, no, like, come on. I fucking amazing, man. So, all right, let's continue here. All right, so this is the song where I finally started to say, you know what? I think I'm getting good at figurative language. I think I'm going to run with it now and do this all the time. I'm going to take a drink. 1 second. Thank you. I'm a Winner, which is October 6, 2013. So, my favorite part of this, there's one part that, this is a triple literal meaning right off the bat, so I do like that part a lot. I'm a winner because the life I chose. I could have been minutes away from serving a long prison sentence, living with a skinny cellmate. All I lift is a small dumbbell. That's heavy time with a light weight. Now that's a triple meaning, 3 literal meanings in one line. You say it one way. You don't have to force yourself to say it in some weird way. You say it one way, 3 literal meanings because of the setup done well, right? So it's hard not to pick that, but actually there's some things here. Where is it? There's one part that another thing I like too. Tricking the audience by playing with your thought process. I like that part a lot. But no, doing the backward stuff, I seen men die for a diamond. It was a cool heist in high school. I told my punk tutor I never seen a more soft sophomore. I had to torment a mentor. Come on. That was fucking crazy too. But no, it's actually not my favorite either. That's my favorite part, but 1 second. Where did I put this? I did a fast rap here. Yeah, this part too. I did a really fast rap and I liked it, and I don't know. I just, for some reason, I feel like I should have saved it for a different rap, but I was like, whatever. I'm going to put it in this one because I'm already writing, right? And I said, I climbed to the top spot. Wonder how did I appear up here? I ain't repeating myself. I just knew my fate and accepted it. Your apprentices' appendages end up in ditches when appendishes up relentlessness. The only thing rappers pack with us is tense. No assistance. The hate between us is tense. Don't think I won't play my luck. A starving cannibal would hate my guts. I fucking love that line. Starving cannibal would hate my guts. I fucking love that line. But no, if I'm being honest though, my favorite in this by far is this. This was it's so good when you have a line where your rhyme has both line 1 and line 2 rhyme well, and they both have a great double meaning also within each line. So it's like 2 and another double right there in a row. So this one worked out really well. So this one is my favorite part of this rap by far. There's no debate. But I do like the other lines that I just said really, really much too. But yeah, I said, okay, if you're in an ambulance on life support, I'd risk getting pulled over just to cut you off. You're dead, rookie. We'll call you the 6 feet underdog. Just fucking awesome. This is 2 double meanings in a row. If you're in an ambulance on life support, risk getting pulled over just to cut you off of life support, and if you go and cut off an ambulance, you can get pulled over. If a cop sees you doing that, you're taking the risk of getting pulled over, because you're not supposed to do that in front of emergency vehicles, right? And so it's a double meaning. And then your dead rookie will call you the 6 feet underdog. That's amazing. Underdog, another word for rookie. They're synonymous with each other if you didn't know that. And then if you're dead, the common thing is 6 feet under. So you're 6 feet underdog. Oh, God. Fucking awesome, man. So, yeah, just 2 double meanings in a row. That's my favorite for sure. All right. Keeping up here. Okay. 2 mini bars, which was December 31st, 2013. Wanted to do it just to bring in a rhyme for the new year, 2014. Okay, I'm trying to think. Let's see. Oh, yep, probably that part, but let me double check. Yep, yeah, 100%. It is this part. There's no debate either here. Yep. So, it's not often I reference sports because I don't like sports, especially not on TV. I just don't. I can't get into it. It's just not for me. But like if I'm at a sport game, that's entirely different. 100% fix, a complete 180. I love sports when I'm there. Like if I'm at a game, I get really into it. But on TV, I can't. It's not the same. But so it's not often I reference sports, but when I do, I feel like I do a good job. And here's an example of it. I love this line. I absolutely love this line. I said, in a rap battle, I get personal. Bars remind you of backyard baseball. Hits close to home. Fucking crazy. Standout line, excellent line. Because hits close to home, that's a common saying. If you didn't know, it's a very common saying that means you're saying something that's personal to someone. So, if you know someone that died of cancer and then someone is talking about, and someone else is talking about someone they know dying of cancer, that's going to be personal, and it's going to be something that hits close to home to that person that's not the other person, because it's relatable in a bad way. It hits close to home. And I said personal, hits close to home. And if you somehow didn't know this, in baseball, it's called hits when you get runs and you hit it and you go run to your bases. And if you're doing backyard baseball, that literally means no matter what, you're close to home. But I'm saying hits, like baseball, close to home, hits close to home, because you're literally close to your home if you're in your own backyard playing baseball. So fucking crazy. Awesome line. That's my favorite for there. Don't even have to think about it. All right, next here, my shot, March 16th, 2014. Let me see. My friend's favorite line in this one, he said, is you don't need to switch to vibrate to feel what I'm saying in this message. And that is a great line, too. I do love that line. But I'm trying to think if I... yeah, it might be my only dysfunction is verbally... Oh, yeah. I'm the closest thing to being the perfect human being. My only dysfunction is verbally hurting feelings. That's fucking crazy, too, because when I say my only dysfunction, you think I'm going to say an actual dysfunction, D-Y-S function, but instead I'm tricking. I'm like, is verbally hurting feelings, dis space function. It's a good trick. Like, it's a good trick. I like that. That's probably my favorite one. Otherwise, whether I'm assisting God or swearing to him, the masses, I can usher them. Masses, usher, and the masses, I can assure them. I thought fucking crazy. So, all right, let's continue. The key to hustling, that's just one big line anyway, where I pull a key out of my knuckles to show you, like when I say I have the key to hustling, it's literally a key, and it's also like the point of hustling as the key in the other sense of the word, the other meaning. So that's one big line, so obviously I don't think I need to do that one. Okay, Irregular Rap, which was May 16, 2014. This one was like when I finally broke out. I'm like, yep, I'm the metaphor guy now. I'm the entendre guy now too. I'm like, at this point I was very comfortable with them, and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna be doing these a lot. I'm gonna be smoking everybody with them, and I certainly did, as you can see. So my favorite part here, trying to think. So I did have the quintuple literal meaning, 5 literal meanings at the front there, but it's still not my favorite line here. I'm trying to think what would be. You couldn't keep your story straight if you were homophobic. That's fucking hilarious. I like that one a lot. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, like ignorant fans act like bad lines are good. When will they hurl more truth again? I mean, they'll gas a lineup like it's World War II again. That one was fucking crazy too. I did like this one a lot though. I said, but soon come. I always win, but haters conspire to make my abundance drop. But soon become unwilling, even with their fake fortune. They notice their real luck tends to stop. Fuck. I fucking killed it on that line. Reluctance, real luck tends to stop. Fucking crazy. And then I had, I guess I would have to say this though. Even though my quintuple literal meaning is obviously my most talented on a skill technical level, but this line, it was the world's first interchangeable double literal meaning line. So I think it's probably going to be this one. Those ratchets you clashed with now cause scorching pain. Let's play a game before you take another step towards the grave. Stop saying you'll survive. Your dumbass was never good at seeing signs. Not to make you more enraged, but I have to ask this before we play. How do you expect to go 4 words when it's 4 charades? Fucking crazy. Like, the fact that I double literal meaning, but it's an interchangeable one, because I can say 4 words or 4 space words, and then I can say for sure aids or for the game charades, and you can flip them and flop them and do them in either way for each one, and it works. It's fucking awesome. Okay, but then again, I fucking do like this line too. Now that I think about it, I love this line a lot, too. I'm very scientific with my internal teachings. I'm not a priest, but at the last moment of recognition, there's funeral readings. Yeah, that might be my favorite. Fuck, I don't know. This is a tough one. It might be, I think it has to be that one, just because think about it. How has that never been used? I'm the one that found it and used it. Funeral and few space neural. Come on. The way I made that work too. Funeral readings. Funeral readings. At the last moment of recognition, there's funeral readings? Come on. That's fucking incredible. I think I'm going to have to say that, honestly. I think I have to. I'm sorry. And there is two minimum triple literal meanings in that too, but no. I think I got to go with that one. It's just too good. All right. Okay. Final seconds, which is August 8th. Oh, my God. August 22nd, 2014. What was my favorite line? This was the weirdest rap I ever did on purpose. I wanted to write it in a way that comes off as so awkward that you don't think anybody would write like this. Like, the way that they rhyme and work, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to make you go, oh, nobody would rhyme it like that. But anyways, I did start out with a quadruple literal meaning, which is about Star Wars. So I will put that out there. Yeah, I did have a quadruple literal meaning about Star Wars specifically. And so that deserves praise. If every Star Wars punchline you've ever heard on a technical skill level, I will win. All right, I'm trying to think. But anyways, yeah. So it's got to be this one for sure. Yeah. Where did I put it? Where did I put that? Damn it, where did I put that? a funny ass line I had about soccer / American football. Soccer or football if you're in anywhere but America, excuse me. Where did I put it? Wrap around the net. Where did I put? Am I blind? Where did I put it? Oh, jeez, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find where I put it. That's where it is. Okay, yep. Because this line is crazy to me. I love this line. All right, so okay. Got my hands dirty as a YouTube rapper, superb superhero with tons of fight left in me. Soccer is similar to women. You cut corners and kick it to score. Wanna bet me? I would wrap around the net, but I've touched on that already. I mean, I fucking love that line because, I mean, it really is true, though. And I'm not saying, of course, because good Lord, somebody's going to say, Adam thinks this about everyone. No, I don't. But there is a decent amount of people out there, and you know this. You can pretend all you want, but you know this, who are just after sex with women. There is a lot of that, of people like that. So don't, pretend and, say I'm wrong, because you know that's true. And so it's like soccer, because you cut corners and kick it to score. Now, to score is very common slang that means to get sex, right? And so cut corners, that means shortcuts. If you're a man that's after a woman, but you're only after sex, what are you going to try and do? Obviously, shortcuts to get to the score, which is sex, right? And I said kick it to score. Kick it means to hang out. That's very common slang. And also, what are you doing in soccer? You're trying to cut corners and kick it to score, as in the soccer ball. Fucking crazy. And then I said I would wrap around the net, as in wrap around the net, as in the internet, and also wrap around the net, as in the goalie net. But I've touched on that already. Come on. That was fucking crazy. I love that. That one's crazy. Okay. Okay. All right. The Filthy Animals tribute rap, which is November 26th, 2014. Yep. This one I'm going to say, what is the best one here? What's my favorite anyway? Oh, yeah. This part for sure. Yep. Haters sleep on my bars. Pay attention. You don't even have to blink. You weren't on point. My insults woke you up. That's what the diss track did think. That was fucking crazy. That's what the distracted think. And that's what the diss track did think. Fucking that line. Absolutely. There's no debate. I'm going to double check just to be safe. But yeah, that should be it. Yep. Yeah, that is absolutely. Okay. All right. Next here. Whoop. Yep. Proliferation, which is June 15th, 2015. I like my opening line a lot, but no, I think learn to read directions like a male anatomy book. That one's fucking crazy too. But no, that's not my favorite. Yeah, he has no fun with his gun, so he'll just walk around with a clipboard like a supervisor. That one's crazy. But let's see. Yeah, you got some bucks and some dough. I don't know if you're talking about animals or money. I like that line because nobody ever put that into... Yeah, everybody knows bucks and dough is money and animals, but no one ever puts that in like a rhyme, so I wanted to put that in there. Yeah, buy my products for sale. You'll get the most bang for your buck, as if I was a pimp. Come on, that one's crazy. But yeah, I think this one, I love all my switchblades I use with ease. When stabbing, it's like a mouse trap. When my metal's sprung, you get caught and turn over looking like Swiss cheese. Because you literally would look like Swiss cheese if it's a mouse trap and you're turned over and there's Swiss cheese there. And, you know, you're going to have holes in you from the stabbing. Yeah, I think that's got to be it. Otherwise, he wasn't Dominican at all, but he was in his own head. So I shot him in the Dominican part. Dominican part. Dominican part. Hard to not to pick there. Okay. All right, so this is a really long rap. I Fight for My Respect, June 1st, 2016. A lot of personal lines in here, which is really good to do. Get some off my chest and stuff. But my favorite part, at the very end, I just diss a bunch of anonymous haters. And I feel like people should gravitate toward this because people hate when you're on the internet and you get hate out of nowhere and it doesn't even make sense and it's unwarranted. So you should be like, wasn't that your dream to be able to diss the shit out of them? And that's what I did. I just started shitting on random haters at the end. So, but no, my favorite part is my double in a row. My knife bars I had were really crazy. Oh, yeah, this one was fucking awesome. Hater number 6. Besides you, I got another enemy in my pocket. Everyone knows to keep my enemies close, so here's the prospect. My knife ain't my friend, but I concentrate and watch as it wants to give you hickeys. My focus is on your neck. Fuck, that line is absolutely amazing. I love that line so much to this day. My foe as an enemy, F-O-E, and I said my knife's not my friend. I said foe kisses on your neck, hickeys, and if a knife kisses your neck, that means you're stabbing, obviously. And then I concentrate and watch, I said. Focus is on your neck. Focuses on your neck. Foe kisses on your neck. Fucking love that line. Absolutely. Okay, continue here. Okay, up. Yep, rest in peace, Philando Castile, and police brutality. This was July 9th, 2016, which was, you know, a really sad story, but I decided to use my talent and words to say how, yeah, there is a lot of corrupt police out there, and it's disturbing, disgusting, and we should speak out against it. You know, they didn't deserve to die, and yeah. Now let's see. Fair part here. Probably this part. We got to try peace. What's peace? A broken theory, damn it. That was a play on words. Peace is the definition of something shattered. Get it? Pieces are shattered. See, yeah. I thought that was pretty good because I'm making a metaphor contextualizing the fact that you can't have peace if your family and your folks are dying. So it's like a broken theory. It's not going to work. But peace is also sounds like pieces broken theory, you know. So I like that. I like what I did there. You know, it is a sad situation, but all right, let's see. Yep, my mind's playing tricks on me. August 24th, 2016. I wrote this in 9 minutes, sitting at a park. I wanted to see what I would free write in 9 minutes, just writing and taking no time to look away from the page and break and backspace and delete and doing it. Just what am I going to come up with, and I'm just going to release it as is, and that's what I did. Now I'm trying to think, what is my favorite part? Yeah, it's probably this part. People preying on my downfall can now have as much asthma. I wish haters would keep their mouths shut as much as monks. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be that part for me. Okay, continuing here. Yep, Don't Even Think About It, which is November 3rd, 2016. I did some fast rapping here and then some punchlines here and some stuff. But, yep, my favorite part is surprisingly not the really good violent attack stuff. It's actually... Where did I find it? Yeah, this part. I love this part actually a lot. I oppose your directions. Better not look at me sideways. Bitch, if you say I'm going down, that's up to me. I love that line. And I know there's more to it, but I'm just going to stick with that. I love that line. Oppose your directions. That can mean literal directions or your directions as in your orders. And then I continue by saying, look at me sideways. That's a slang term, means you're looking at me with like a mean mug or literally sideways. And if you say I'm going down, as in literally the direction down, or I'm going down as in I'm going to be defeated, I'm saying that's up to me. In other words, that's up to me to decide. And also, if I literally oppose your directions, then when you say I'm going down, since I oppose it, that means that's up in my perspective. Fucking awesome. Okay. Kiss of Death, April. Oh my gosh, I'm too tired. January 27th, 2017. This one, I'm going to say, yeah, I think it's got to be this one. I kissed myself to see the damage that can be done all alone. Remember the kiss's sickness. Oh, that's why they say I have a monotone. Proof that I made myself sick. I like that. I thought that was pretty good. It's a good way to acknowledge my own fault, but also making it into a metaphor and being like, oh, so that's why people say I have a monotone, not because I actually have a monotone voice, but because I have the kisses sickness or mono. Okay, that's got to be my favorite there. All right. Okay, I know where I'm going with this. Yep. I don't write with rules, which is January 28, 2017. Yes, this is the line where I debuted my septuple literal meanings, where I say one thing one way, it has 7 literal meanings. And you think that would be it, but I mentioned before, it's not my favorite simply because the setup is long and awkward. I mean, it was necessary, though, to make it have 7 literal meanings, but because of that, it's not a favorite. Yes, it's the most technical skill, most talented thing I've ever done, because it's the first one proven to be done in the whole world. So I give myself that, but it's not my favorite line because it's still awkward. You can't make someone like it based on subject matter or whatever, but on technical skill level, you have to like it. Otherwise, you're just lying. But so trying to think, my favorite in this, I had so many. Oh, no, I know what it is. Yes, this, because of how crazy, how many syllables was this double literal meaning is fucking astonishing. This one right here. Strange, weird town. You run it and you hate mobile phones and had a motive to get rid of it. You also wanted the music bands to play only one type of sound maker I despise, but those are my feelings. You don't give a shit. Some nerve you have. You got the odd-ass city to get on board and vote xylophone instrument. Pfft, fucking crazy. You got the audacity or odd-ass city to get on board and vote xylophone instrument or exile a phone instrument. Oh my God. Absolutely amazing. So many syllables to make that a double literal meaning. I fucking smoked that line. Absolutely. All right. Continuing here. That's my favorite line in that one. Okay, rap is an artifact. July 9, 2017. A lot of great rhyming here, fast rhyming and stuff. And I do like the opening line, which is really cool. Artifact, our tough act, artifact. Like, all that's great. But no, for me, my favorite line of this, there's no debate at all. Yes, this one. Oh my God, there's no debate. And the line before it is an honorable mention too, because I love that line too. I said, brave dissing me for my bigger shirt size. That's something that I'm accustomed to. Double meaning right there. Awesome. But the One good thing about being fat is I know for a fact I have more guts than you. Great fucking punchline. Love it. But no, this one actually is my favorite for sure. This one's fucking crazy. It's hard to beat this one ever. This one is probably in my top 3, 4, I don't know, something ever. I do love this line coming up right now. I might stab you all in the backs, and where the pieces I cut off, I could make an arrangement. What's Adam thinking? Making vertebrae slit. Fuck, that's crazy. Making vertebrae slit, or may convert a bracelet. Fuck. Absolutely amazing. I smoked that line. Fuck. Awesome. Okay. Sorry. Let's continue here. Well, I'm not sorry, but I'm just like, I can't get over. I was so happy when I wrote that. I was like, this is awesome. Okay. Confessing my list of crimes. August 5th, 2017. This was comedy, but also a story where every single rhyme is a double literal meaning, which is what I wanted to do, is to have a whole story, but everything's a double literal meaning also to make it even more entertaining. Okay, so that one's hard to beat, but I actually do like one better. Yeah, it's got to be this one. This one's too funny and excellent as well. Okay. Okay. Another crime was a different scamming action. I owned a housing project that became greedy with a passion. I lied about why I'm about to hike everyone's rent up a couple fractions. Never been out of the U.S., so I thought of a new quest. I'd use the extra money to travel abroad with it. I'd go to Europe and Asia, both paid all expense. I was caught and I was stopped and I got upset. Reporter asked me one question to type up on the press. I heard about your plan. Why would you want to try 2 continents? Fuck. I love that line too. Why would you want to try 2 continents? And why would you want to try 2 continents? I said Europe and Asia. Those are 2 continents. And I'm talking about hiking up my tenant's rent. Why would I want a continents? Fucking crazy. I love that line. That one's my favorite in that one. Okay. All right. Yes. Very good. Okay. God is not proud. October 28th, 2017. It's tough to pick this one. But let's see. Yeah, speaking out against people that are celebrated for no reason, like Alfred Kinsey. There's no reason should be celebrated. Speaking out against him, keeping it real, because no one else does. Speaking out against Aleister Crowley, because no one else does. But I'm talking about just like taking that apart, just like favorite lines. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Cultural Marxism is now about as practiced as much as guitar rhythms. That one's really good too. Fuck, it's hard to pick. Yeah, I thought this one was good too. I said, underneath every lion Satanist politician's desk is an alcoholic's thermos, but their livers don't get wrecked. Our incomes do. They strip us to the point of insufficient loot, so backwards that they got this system seem to look distant from my good senses that I could kiss the roof. Or the roof, sorry. But yeah, it's like horrible role models. All of them stink from the ground up like broken potholes in regards to more than both nostrils. I mean, it's hard to pick, but I might as well just say, oh, fuck, I do love this line too, though. I said, 6 corporations run this force of the nation. Its unfortunate basis is distort normalization. Tough to pick. But I'm going to cheat and say one of those. Yeah, tough to pick. All right, let's go here. Okay, you aren't welcome in my dojo, May 1st, 2018. This one was an extra long rap, unnecessarily long. I admit I could have broken this into different raps, honestly, but for me, fair part, got to be the double, triple meanings in a row. So let me get to that. Yep, right here. 2 triple literal meanings in a row, and they both relate to the weather, which is just so cool. How not only to have 2 triple literal meanings, that's already impressive enough. I can stop talking, but it also has to do with the same subject. Like, fuck, that's awesome. Anyways, I'm lost when I watch TV anymore. It's scorching hot and sunny now, and I'm listening to this lady saying it's cold and windy of sorts. Meteorologist who's untruthful. Now, how would I classify to people what to be listening for? I'm thinking, hear false weather reports. So, hear falls weather reports. Hear falls, as in autumn's, falls weather reports. And hear false weather reports. Fucking crazy. And then the second in a row, triple literal meaning about the same type of thing, weather. Speaking of weather, time for me to be the leader I will proudly proclaim. The atmosphere has to be foggy and wet. Allow me to explain. I will start my leadership in our darkest hour, so the sky needs to be cloudy to rain. Cloudy to rain. Cloudy to rain. Rain as in be the king of, R-E-I-G-N. And cloudy terrain, T-E-R-R-A-I-N. Fuck. Love that. Triple, 2 in a row, same subject matter. That's fucking awesome. Okay. All right. And as I said, probably my favorite rap ever because I can show it to anybody because it is, it has no bad words, no foul language, and no bad subject matters, and fast rapping, perfect rhyming, and metaphors and figurative language galore, and triple literal meaning. A rap about waiting in line, November 3rd, 2018. Fair part here. I think it is... No, wait. Actually, I don't think it's my triple literal meaning. It's this part here. Oh, that's hard too. You might see other people cut in line when using methods of stealth. Consider that it could cost you, so you'll have to decide whether to budget yourself. That's fucking crazy too. But then this line might actually be my favorite. It becomes real fun once you're the line leader to tell you how it feels. It doesn't take a mind reader. Being the person at the front, you can turn your head as you fully grasp that you check your distance as you reminisce this looking back. That's fucking awesome. Just fucking perfect. Like, oh man, absolutely on fire there. All right. Echoing Entendres, which is March 10th, 2019. The irony of this one is this is most people, for some reason, online, this is most people's favorite rap I've ever done, and that blows my mind because this one isn't even close to my favorite rap I've ever done. And it's because I did entendres, where you just say the last few words in a line and then make it rhyme and keep going. And you're just like listing things, whereas I've always done it the hard way on purpose, because it's more talented, to turn them into multiple literal meanings by saying it one way after the setup. So like, they need to be receded. Sit back down, you need to be receded. This transaction will need to be receded. The flooding water would need to be receded. Like, that's, okay, and obviously I know I didn't read the whole part, but like that, I decided I'm just going to do a bunch of those, because people, for some reason, they love those. When famous rappers do them, people love them. Like, oh my God, did you hear that? It's amazing. So I'm like, well, I don't think it's amazing, but I will do it to prove that I can do it too, because people like that. And what do you know? It happened to be, at least now, I mean, it could change, but everyone loves this rap. Everybody, this is their favorite one of mine, which blows my mind. But so the irony is that's not my favorite part of this one at all, not even close. My favorite part is not one of those. It's at the very end. I thought this part was fucking incredible. I said, as I'm talking about going against any of my opponents, if I see them wink, one eye literally shut. Get it? Wink, one eyelid really shut. You notice how that sounds the same? Eye literally shut. Eyelid really shut. Hit you so hard you should have seen the punch coming when we watch your eye literally shut. Good lawyer, it was an open case in court. Now it's one eye literally shut. I thought that was fucking awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Continuing here. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing for this one. That there's no question about this one. Sorry. Criminal investigation process, September 15th, 2019. This one, for me, it's a no-brainer. I fucking love this so much. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Look at this. It's a whole story and all that, but it also has to do with like the process of a criminal investigation and in a very specific manner, and it has their double literal meanings in a row. Like, fuck, I absolutely murdered this. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. Example, let's say a death had suspicious timing which led to financial gain, as far back as a long time ago with these ample claims. Insurance money is always suspicious, and its beneficiary a criminal seized the money from. And so the double meaning there is, and its beneficiary, a criminal, seized the money from, or, and it's been a fishy area criminals seized the money from. Fucking absolutely incredible. And then I keep going. Both meanings, debt can be cumbersome. Consider an expert to perform a handwriting analysis. This will help you understand how the case balances, as it becomes clear on the insurance claim who actually did sign the name given on it as accurate. Find out if this evidence will help with the trial for the big money obtained from the victim that was killed. See if the signatures are legit forgeries to help decide guilt. Fuck. I said to see if the signatures are legit forgeries to help decide guilt, or are legit see if the signatures are legit for juries to help decide guilt. Absolutely killed it twice in a row. Oh man, I love that shit, man. All right, next here. Okay, last offense, March 3rd, 2020. Absolutely no debate. This is my triple literal meaning. I love this line. I thought it was just absolutely incredible. Okay. So, more stab wounds to the armpits and you'll see the blood increases. That's a double literal meaning, and I'm not even done. That's the first line. You'll see if you have more stab wounds, more and increases, that's synonymous, but also if you're stabbing more, the blood will be increased. Okay, and I'm also, armpits are creases, so you're going to see the blood where? In creases or armpits. Fucking crazy. And then continuing, rip the vocal cords off the larynx to make him fucking speechless. So Mr. Victim, listen up, I'll give you a big clue. You know, some sort of hint. You can't speak and I took you off the map. Is there any more to it? My machine that can save you is missing the plug. That's also unfortunate. So your throat, this location, and the machine have the same thing in common. There's no cord in it. Fuck, I love it. Triple literal meaning, there's no coordinate, there's no cord in it, and the other type of cord, vocal cord and cord for the plug, there's no cord in it. Yep, that takes the cake for sure. There's no debate. Love it. Okay, wait, was that the next one? Yes, it is. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. Okay, cause of death, which was April 11th, 2021. This one, it's really hard to pick from because I do like the part where I said betrayal and beach rail. So like that one's really fucking good. I do like the smart house intellectual property, as you see right there. And then I like Adam Stark is instinctively stealing your fame, so the outcome is natural. Come on, outcome is natural, instinctively natural, and the outcome is snatch your role. Come on, amazing. But no, my favorite here. Yeah, that the socket wrench line is crazy too. But no, I gotta find it. And not the triple literal meaning either. That one, I do love it too. The weight is killing me, but no. That one, not even that. It's, Did I already pass it? I hope not. Yes. This one's great. On to the next. This poor man refused to eat and was extremely sad ever since. Cause of death, think starvation or depression. He felt nothing inside, so the causes of death was emptiness. Fucking amazing. If he's starving, then the cause of death is also emptiness in junction with, starvation, because empty stomach, literally, obviously that's starvation, emptiness. And if he had depression and he'd feel nothing inside, like depression makes you feel, it's fucking brilliant, man. Gotta be that one. Yeah, but otherwise I would have said the triple literal meaning, though, too. I do love that line. The weight is killing me. The anticipation and a heavy dumbbell that can't miss him, as I said. And then he sees it as it's coming down to kill him. Like, the weight is killing me all three ways. Yeah. Okay. And then lastly on here, is Apophenia, which came out June 9th, 2023. My last rap, and as I've said many times, you never know. Technically, I might get inspired one day. I might rap again, okay? And by that, I mean write a new rap. Right now, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm moving out of my life in a good way to revisit these classics, okay? I've done everything I want to do except a big concert. But anyways, so Apophenia, what's my favorite line in this one? That's going to be tough to pick, but it could be the story at the beginning, but let me see. This is going to be tough. Hypothesis, the wordsmith illogical, wordsmith illogical, wordsmith illogical. That's tough to beat too. Atom's the reason that you're breathing. Paradox, your whole plan was a void. You know what's sad is factions non-existent. Like, that's hard to pick too, though. Yeah, I'm trying to think. This is tough. I think I'm going to have to go with the story. I think I have to. Yeah, it just seems to make the most sense. Because of the fact that I repeat it and then you realize, oh my God, there could have been other meanings right there in front of me I didn't even notice. This is my last rap on full display as I... Oh, I'll skip that. Sorry. I'm going to tell a story of how I reigned over the scene. Now, reigned, as you can see, means like reigned over the scene as in like as a king, I ruled over the scene with like a rule, like law and order, right? Ruled over the scene. Washed up were the haters by Stark, rule as can be. They were clapping as a warning. Alarms warned the emergency. Now, fresh in your mind, Apophenia comes into effect. Literally, Apophenia comes into effect. And listen carefully as I change but maintain double meanings I append. I'm going to tell a story of how I reigned. Now we're talking about precipitation. Reigned over the scene. Washed up were the haters by Stark, cruel as can be. They were clapping as a warning. All arms warn the emerging sea. That was fucking crazy, man. I love what I did there. I just love how I turned it into multiple literal meanings, because you listen to it and you listen very carefully, but instead of just saying them in one turn, I play it back so then you can go, oh shit, there really was right there in front of us. Alarms warned the emergency, and all arms warned the emergency. Just fucking brilliant. That's all it is. That simple. Just brilliantly done. So it's, I mean, there's so many good lines in all these, of course, but I'm trying to just say, hey, these are my favorites from each of these. Okay, and this was fun though. I like looking back at these and seeing, hey, what is Adam Stark's favorite line that he's done in each of these. And don't anybody dare ask me to do this with my freestyles, because as you know, I've got more freestyles than I have songs. I have over 7 hours of freestyling. Others, don't ask me to do that, because I'm not going to do that. That's way too hard. That's way too hard. Way too hard. I mean, you listen to my video of me going over my freestyle rap battles. You can kind of get the idea there. But yeah. But anyways, thank you all, everybody, and I would love to hear your opinions. Please tell me where you think I'm wrong, where you think, no, that's not the best line in that song by far. What are you talking about, Adam? Let me know, and let me know what your favorites are. I'd like to learn from you, and see where we are different, and that's okay to be different. I'd like to know what is your favorites in each of these, you know? So, yeah, please comment, let me know, and thank you, everyone. Take care, be safe.